My name is Wilfredo. Mi nombre es Wilfredo Gaitán y es un placer y honor ser su maestro de ceremonia hoy. My name is Wilfredo Gaitán. It is a pleasure and honor to be your master of ceremonies today. The selection of the master of ceremonies was a democratic and transparent process this year. It went, if indulge me, it went something like this. I picked up my phone, looked at my screen, and I said, oh, a text message from a committee member from the Hispanic Heritage Celebration Committee. And it read, you have been selected to be the MC this year. Before I could reply, I received another message reading, punto y cerrado, case closed, no appeals, Supreme Court heard the case, you're the MC this year. So I said, okay. So therefore, I want to return the favor and ask for members of the Hispanic Heritage Celebration Committee to please stand and be recognized for your dedication and work in the committee. Will the members please rise? A special recognition goes to our chair and co-chair, Daryl Lesane and Nancy Matos. Daryl, Nancy. And now to proceed to our ceremony, please welcome Chief Judge Lee Satterfield of the District of Columbia Superior Court.
Good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to the court's 2012 Hispanic Heritage Month celebration and recognition events. Hispanic Heritage Month is a celebration of Hispanic culture and community. The committee always does a marvelous job of demonstrating the many ways Hispanic cultures contribute to the richness of this country, this city, and this court system. But bringing it closer to home, I like to take a moment to thank all of our bilingual employees, because without you, we could not be open to all at this courthouse. And we always have to recognize that effort. James and I just recently attended a summit by the Chief Justice's Conference on Language Access, and we hope to come up with some good things from that, but we recognize the importance of being open to all. I also would like to congratulate all those who are going to be recognized today at this ceremony, and I look forward to this ceremony. I want to also thank the organizing committee too for all the hard work that you've done, including Daryl Lesane and Nancy Matos. Thank you for that work, making this a very special day for everybody. Yes. So as our MC just said, let's get on with the program.
Thank you, Judge. And now to recognize our Hispanic court employees and judicial officers, please welcome the Clerk of the District of Columbia Court of Appeals, Mr. Julio Castillo.
Buenas tardes y bienvenido. Good afternoon and welcome. Para mí es un honor y un privilegio estar aquí con ustedes para hablar hoy. It is an honor, both an honor and a privilege, to be given this opportunity to come and speak to you. To our esteemed guests, our judicial officers, and our court family, I want to say welcome to the 2012 CORO Awards. Every year we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, and we do it from September 15th through October 16th, and it's an opportunity for us to celebrate and honor all of the contributions that the Hispanic community has done to this country. As you know, we are a melting pot, and every culture and every group adds to that what America is today, and that's why this is such a great country. The Hispanic Heritage Month had its inception back in 1968 with then President Johnson, through the authority of Congress, celebrated Hispanic Heritage Week. And that was to celebrate the independence of El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Mexico and Chile celebrate their independence on the 8th, 16th, and 18th of September, respectively. In 1988, it was expanded to cover a month, and that's why we're here. It's been for me a pleasure and an honor to be asked to speak at these awards twice. Now I feel as part of the court family. When I came here, I was a neophyte, I was a new kid on the block, but it's very rewarding to me and just brings joy to me to see all of you here today to help celebrate this moment. One of the things that I want to say as a court family, we have a lot of contributions, and I want to take this opportunity to say to all our court families, especially to our judicial officers who are of Hispanic heritage who have contributed to the court, if I may take this opportunity to just ask them to stand and for you to give them an applause, because they have contributed in medical weapons. I won't take up too much of your time. As the master of ceremony says, let's move on. But I do want to close. I do want to close with one thing that Chief Judge Satterfield always says, and that is that this is a court that's open to all, trusted by all, and justice for all. And as we say in español, un tribunal con acceso universal, confianza universal y justicia universal. Muchas gracias y bienvenido.
And now we proceed to recognize the recipient of this year's CORO Awards. To present the Community Agency Award, please welcome Associate Judge Marisa de Meo. Your Honor.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to present the Community Service Award, which is presented to a community agency demonstrating commitment to providing services to the Latino community. This year's recipient is the George Washington University Law School Immigration Clinic. The George Washington University Law School Immigration Clinic, under the directorship of Mr. Alberto Benitez, Esquire, serves a significant number of clients from Latin America residing in the DC metropolitan area. Through the tremendous dedication of the clinic's student attorneys and supporting staff, the clinic has helped defend the rights of Latino immigrants and helped keep their families together by successfully winning their immigration cases. Not only has the clinic staff vigorously defended the Latino community in court, but they have also educated the Latino community on their rights here in the United States. One of the clinic's mottos is, quote, saving lives and reuniting families, unquote, because that's exactly what the clinic does for their clients, members of the community, especially the Latino community. The clinic has helped Latinos in the DC metropolitan area obtain asylum, relief through the Nicaraguan Adjustment and Central American Relief Act, also known as NACARA, cancellation of removal proceedings, temporary protected status, also known as TPS, and freedom from detention. The clinic has also assisted the Latino community overcome linguistic and cultural barriers to help them understand their rights here in the U.S. legal system. The clinic staff consists of volunteer student attorneys who work diligently under the supervision of the director. In addition to providing free legal representation, the clinic also provides professional translators and interpreters at no cost to the client. I would like to invite Mr. Alberto Benitez up to receive the award on behalf of the GW University Law School Immigration Clinic. And if I could just read the award to hand it over in a moment. The District of Columbia Court's Hispanic Heritage Celebration Committee hereby presents the George Washington University Law School Immigration Clinic with its annual Community Agency Award for its demonstrated commitment to Latino students and the promotion of higher education and professional leadership in the Latino community of the District of Columbia. This is on behalf of the Community Outreach Recognition and Opportunity Award Ceremony on today's date, signed by both of the Chief Judges, Lee Satterfield from the Superior Court and Eric Washington from the DC Court of Appeals. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. Buenas tardes. I'm sure the judges in the court in the room are accustomed to hearing lawyers say briefly, Your Honor, and not being brief. I promise to be brief, or at least I'll try to be brief. What a great country we live in that the son of immigrants from Mexico, from Zacatecas in Mexico City, can stand before you today as a professor at one of the top law schools in the country. And I'd like to point out a tenured professor. Never underestimate how nice it feels to get tenure. Anyway, you can never give lawyers anything because immediately you start researching, figuring out why am I getting this. When I heard from Lisette Bonilla, who I frankly just met today for the first time, that she had nominated the immigration clinic, I immediately started doing fact-finding as to who she was and why she was nominating me for this award. And I'm pleased to report that everything that I've found has been wholly and 100% credible, probative, and positive. I don't know Lisette, I met her today, as I mentioned, but I feel that we have lots in common because we both are the children of immigrants who left their countries to come to the United States to give their children something that they could not obtain in their country. Not that they denigrate their country, not that they forget their country, but they realize that they had to sacrifice a lot of things that tied them to their country to give us, their children, the opportunity to succeed. I'd like to think that my parents, even though they're looking down from above, are satisfied that their son has done okay, and I'm sure that Lisette's parents feel the same way. One of our colleagues from George Washington, who's moved on to another job, always used to say, once you start naming people, you're going to forget someone. So I'm going to thank everyone who has helped me get to where I am. But I've managed to stay married to a wonderful, beautiful woman for 19 years by not neglecting her. So I have to thank by name my beautiful wife, Jenny Salas, who's here joining us. And who herself is the daughter of an immigrant from Mexico. I will leave you with the very best attorney's fee that our clients at George Washington ever give us, is that when they feel that we have done, the students and I have done a good job for them, they always say to us, que Dios lo bendiga. So I share that with all of you, and I thank everyone for this presentation.
Now, I think the reason that the committee always keeps picking me for the master ceremony position is because of my dancing skills. But once again this year I'm not going to demonstrate my excellent dancing skills. But we do have a trio. We do have the Trio Caliente, also translated as the Hot Three. The Hot Three consists of DC Court's very own James Plunkett, Pablo Pineda, and Jose Igler. Gentlemen.
Yo sin su amor no soy nada.
Can you hear it for the hot three one more time? For the next award, I want to quote Gabriela Mistral from Chile, and the first person from Latin America to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. It reads as follows. Donde haya un árbol que plantar, plántalo tú. Where a tree needs to be planted, you plant it. Donde haya un error que enmendar, enmiéndalo tú. Where there is an error to correct, you fix it. Donde hay un esfuerzo que todos esquivan, hazlo tú. Sé tú el que aparta la piedra del camino. Where there is a challenge which all avoid, you do it. Be the one who moves the stone from the road. And to present the Legal Community Award, please welcome Senior Associate Judge Jose Lopez.
Very nice words. About the hot tree, let me tell you something. Goodbye, trios los panchos. The Legal Community Award is presented to an individual for sustained commitment and demonstrated excellence providing legal services to the Latino community. One person involved in this is Eric Unternauer, who has been an employee of Washington, D.C.-based nonprofit organization, Ayuda, for more than 9 years. Ayuda, which in Spanish is the word for help, provides direct legal assistance to low-income foreign-born persons from all over the world in the areas of immigration and family law. Eric began working at Ayuda as a volunteer intern in 2000 while an undergraduate at Catholic University. In 2003, he became a paralegal, and since 2006, he has been an accredited representative. And accredited representatives are non-attorneys who, due to their extensive knowledge of immigration law, are authorized by the Department of Justice to represent immigrants before the immigration court and in their interviews with immigration officials. Fluent in Spanish, every year Eric helps hundreds of immigrants from nearly every country in Latin America to navigate the bureaucratic maze of the U.S. immigration law so that they may be reunited with their families, obtain temporary or permanent legal status, or become naturalized citizens of the United States. Through his career, Eric has worked on a wide variety of immigration matters, specializing in humanitarian and family-based immigration cases and deportation cases. Eric, come up and receive this award. It says, District of Columbia Court, Hispanic Heritage Celebration Committee, hereby presents to Eric Unternauer with his annual Legal Community Award for his sustained commitment and demonstrated excellence in providing legal services to the Latino community. Community Outreach Recognition and Opportunity Award Ceremony, October 19, 2012, signed by Eric T. Washington, Chief Judge of the Court of Appeals, and Leah Satterfield, Chief Judge of the Superior Court.
Thank you to the District of Columbia's Hispanic Heritage Celebration Committee for this recognition. Although this award has my name on it, by recognizing me, make no mistake, you're recognizing my organization, Ayuda, and its nearly 40-year history of providing legal, social, and interpreter services to the district's immigrant populations, Latino and otherwise. I suppose moments like this call for a certain amount of reflection on one's accomplishments. And as I was thinking about what to say, I realized I'm not the best at doing that. I believe my colleagues can attest to the fact that I'm not one for pondering. I just sort of like to be doing. But what I realized was everything I've done has its origins in the deep sense of social justice that my mom and my late dad instilled in me and my siblings, particularly where Latin America and Latino populations are concerned. While I'm here in DC working with immigrants, my sister Jennifer works for Catholic Charities in Chicago as a caseworker for the elderly, and my sister Susanna lives in South Texas, working as a prenatal public health nurse. We've never given really much thought to why we do what we do. Given our upbringing, it's always just been a given that we would work to directly affect positive change. I suppose that's the legacy of my parents, and by honoring me, I feel like you honor them as well. So on behalf of them, thank you. When I left home and came to DC, I found Ayuda, and in Ayuda I found sort of the perfect conduit through which to convey the values of my upbringing. But with a twist, I could do it under the guidance of my mentor and the great attorney Anya Sykes, who is a past recipient of the CORO Award, and who's here today, and it's obviously Anya an honor to be able to follow in your footsteps in this way. To conclude, I'd just like to take a moment to mention a specific group of colleagues who have enormously impacted my work over the years. Their names are Vilma Cabrera, David Castro, Javiera Maldonado, Angela Gonzalez, Charlotte Oliver, and Helen Sanchez. What they have in common is that at one time or another, they filled the job of what's known at Ayuda as the receptionist or the intake specialist. They are the ones who sit at the entrance every day, greeting people as they come in the door, trying to determine what they need. Often people are in a wide variety of emotional states. They're impatient, they're waiting in line, the phone is ringing off the hook, the coffee machine is rumbling in the background, children are crying in the waiting room, etc., etc., etc. It is the most difficult job at Ayuda, and it is arguably the most important. And without them, I definitely would not have been able to accomplish what I've done over the last several years. I take this moment to recognize them, and once again, thank you for this recognition. And you know, if you all want to do this again on Monday, I'm free. So.
Next in the program is the Alan Klein Award, and a fitting quote from Cesar Chavez, labor leader and civil rights activist of Mexican descent, who once said, "We cannot seek achievement for ourselves and forget about progress and prosperity for our community. Our ambitions must be broad enough to include the aspirations and needs of others, for their sakes and for our own." To present the Alan Klein Award, please welcome Associate Judge Iram E. Poitilugo. Your Honor.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to introduce the recipient of this year's Alan Klein Award. The Alan Klein Award is a special award which is presented to an individual or an agency in recognition of its exemplary and sustained commitment to serving the people of the District of Columbia. This year's recipient is Midiala Miri Aponte. She founded the Sanchez Ricardo, a nonprofit agency that serves the Latino community in the areas of advocacy, digital media, public affairs, and public relations. Through the effective use of media and networking, Sanchez Ricardo empowers the community to discover its potential and to identify opportunities to start businesses, get financial advice, and other orientation to make informed business decisions. Ms. Aponte is also the director of the American Latino Heritage Fund, an initiative that Secretary Salazar instituted to preserve Latino history and heritage in the United States. In her words, quote, "Many people have asked me why I named the agency Sanchez Ricardo," because in Spanish it would be the other way around, usually Ricardo Sanchez. "The spirit of this firm is inspired by two women who empowered me with the knowledge, tools, and resources to be who I am today. My grandmother, Manuela Nenita Sanchez, was born in Havana, Cuba. Her progressive political and cultural perspective helped frame my thinking on life, relationships, and business. My mother, Miriam Ricardo, was born in the Oriente province of Cuba. She is the definition of fight, grit, work, and perseverance." Prior to founding Sanchez Ricardo, Miri served as vice president at the Walker Marchand Group, where she managed accounts with Eli Lilly, Tyco International, at SSP America, as well as many other Fortune 500 clients. Ms. Aponte embodies the spirit and empowerment and perseverance for which Cubans are known. She pursued her dreams and passions to be an advocate and empower Latinos to become more active and interconnected by using the media and having a voice in topics and issues which affect our community. Miri? And the award reads as follows. The District of Columbia CORO's Hispanic Heritage Celebration Community hereby presents Viviana Aponte with its annual Allen Klein Award for her exemplary commitment in serving the people of the District of Columbia. Community Outreach Recognition and Opportunity Awards Ceremony, October 19, 2012. It bears signatures of Eric T. Washington, Chief Judge, District of Columbia Court of Appeals, and the Honorable, Eric is honorable too. The Honorable Leah Satterfield, Chief Judge of the Superior Court of the District of Columbia.
Thank you so much. It's quite a pleasure to actually see my full name on here. Because about 20 years or so ago, I shortened it to MIDI. So that people could pronounce it, right? MIDI, Midiala was too complicated. And so it brings me great pleasure to see the full name in there, and it honors my mom and my father who gave me that name. So thank you, and thank you, Pedro, for ensuring that happened. My mom always said, dime con quien anda y te diré quien eres, and today I'm pleased that I am among such great company and in the arms and embrace of so many wonderful individuals. One of the things that I was reflecting on as I was thinking about this award was, to your point earlier about being vetted in the facts and figures, Wilfredo did quite a vetting process with me, wanting to make sure that he got all the nooks and crannies of my work in the Latino community correct. And so if I would add one amendment is what you mentioned earlier about not only developing an agency as a Latina in business in the Washington area, which is incredibly difficult to do, no? In the middle of the recession in 2008, 2009, I decided to resign from my position as vice president of the Walker Marchand Group and start my own business. And it was quite a feat and something that I have learned so much of. And one of the things that I reflect on is the need to have a strong mind and a tough stomach to weather the things that life throws your way, right? But I was also pleased, and I would add an amendment to that, is that I was also selected and tapped by the Secretary of the Interior, Ken Salazar, last year to lead the American Latino Heritage Fund. And the Latino Heritage Fund is a national effort to preserve American Latino history and heritage in the US so that we can tell a more inclusive story of the American experience. And so last Monday I was with Secretary Salazar and the President as we designated the Cesar Chavez National Monument out in Keene, California. And so I was blessed to be in that position. And as I reflect on how I received this award, you know, it's not just about me. I'm just lucky to be in a spot where it catches the attention of so many individuals. But there are so many Latinas and Latinos out there working hard, putting the pedal to the metal, and really rolling up their sleeves to do work to represent our community. So this isn't about me, but it is reflective of the Latinas and Latinos that are out there doing positive work. And so I humbly say thank you, Chief Justice, I'm a rookie with legal speak, but thank you so much, and the committee, and Wilfredo, and for everybody else that is here. I'm honored to receive this. Thank you.
Now I know everybody's staring at the hot food. But before we get to the hot food, the hot three have another piece to perform. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, el trío caliente. Should we hear it one more time for the hot three? And to give his closing remarks for our 2012 CORO Awards ceremony, please welcome Chief Judge Eric T. Washington of the District of Columbia Court of Appeals.
I have the honor of being the one who has to stand between you and the hot food after hearing Trio Caliente. Listen, I just want to thank everyone for coming out today to join us for this celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, our CORO Awards. You know, one of the things that makes us, I think, one of the great institutions in the country, not just in the District of Columbia, is the diversity that we share and that we have. It's a huge asset, and as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month and recognize those who have made contributions in the Latino community and our city as a whole, we are reminded just how strong we are. And the theme for this year's celebration has it. We have many backgrounds, many stories, and yet are of one spirit. To the awardees, once again, I want to congratulate you on behalf of all of the judges and staff of the District of Columbia Courts. And I want to thank you for everything you do every day for the Latino community and for our community and our city more generally. To the committee that put this wonderful program together today, and well, I want to thank the Hispanic Heritage Committee for all their hard work and for putting this event and last week's screening of the Latino list together. Special recognition, of course, must be given to Darrell Hussein, who chaired the committee, and to Nancy Matos, who coached it. Finally, I want to thank, and I know on behalf of both Chief Judge Satterfield and myself, and all of the judges, and all the other, actually the staff, the management, all the other employees of the District of Columbia Courts, I want to thank all of our Latino employees. You really are ambassadors to the communities that we serve, and to the Latino community in particular, and you are a wonderful reflection of the diversity we have the honor and the pleasure of enjoying here at the courts. And so for that, I want to thank you. I think you all deserve a round of applause. We call on you, and we need you to continue to do what you do to reach out to the community, make the community understand the court's interest in resolving cases peacefully and in doing things that promote the public's trust and confidence that we can resolve their cases in a way that is just. And with that, I believe it's time to eat some food. So thank you all for coming, and you want to release the dogs? I mean, you want to
I'm definitely not going to keep you from the food, but we have a Spanish phrase for today in closing. Barriga llena, corazón contento, a full belly, a happy heart. Buen provecho.